Today's video is for all the die-hard real estate investors out there. It's for the number nerds like myself that just love the calculating of the actual numbers. I just love this shit because it shows you the actual profitability of your project. So what I'm talking about today is internal rate of return. It is the best way to calculate real estate investments because it calculates all the profit centers that are part of real estate. So you're going to calculate appreciation, you're going to calculate cash flow, and you're going to calculate mortgage pay down. You're going to put it all into one, and you're going to figure it out over a certain period of time, 3 to 5 years. So this is great for BRRRRs. It's also great for projects like I like to do, which are stabilizing underperforming multifamily projects. And I can figure out what I'm going to be able to get this property valued to and what my actual internal rate of return is going to be. So the calculation and the equation is pretty crazy. I'm going to show it to you now, but with the use of computers and apps, it's actually pretty simple. So I'm going to share my screen with you now, and if you have any questions, just reach out. Okay, so today I want to talk to you about determining internal rate of return, which is my favorite way to calculate the profitability of an actual real estate project I'm working on, because it calculates all three profit centers of real estate investing, which calculates your appreciation, mortgage pay down, and cash flow all into one. So here is the equation for determining internal rate of return. So don't let this intimidate you, because there are great apps online you can Google to do this, as well as you can build it inside of an Excel worksheet. So I'm going to go through one that I built to calculate on a 12-plex that something I might be interested in investing in. So the purchase price, line 3, showing at $1.45 million. And as I scroll down, I have my total annual income on line 18 of $143,331. And I scroll down a little farther, starting on line 20 are my expenses. I put in management, property taxes, insurance, utilities, maintenance, and vacancy, coming up to $50,600 for a total net operating income of $92,738.76 per year, which brings us to an amazing cap rate of 6.4%. Here in London, that would be great, and I would jump at a project with a 6.4% cap rate. My target's always 6%, so this would meet my personal target. Now, as I scroll down a little farther, I have some more calculations on my purchase price minus my land transfer tax and legals, and it comes out that I have a mortgage after I put my 25% down of payment that works out to be $63,743. The actual mortgage is on 1.1 million, so $63,743 per year. So that's important moving forward. So I have put down that $369,000. So my equity I have here is $369,000, because that's what I have in equity in the property, and my profit per year is almost $29,000. So that my return on equity on line 47 is 7.8%. But what we're trying to calculate here, moving lower on line 49, is an internal rate of return. So to get that number, we need all three profit centers. So I'm going to scroll down a little farther, because over the 5 years, down starting on line 63, I have my principal mortgage payments. So in total mortgage pay down over 5 years, I've paid down $161,000. I calculated a very conservative and modest 3.5% appreciation per year. So at the end of the 5-year term, I have a value of 1.757, almost 1.758 value. So what I do here on line 51 is I have a zero number of my equity, and then each year after that is my cash flow. So year 1 cash flow, year 2, year 3, year 4. For this example, I did not change that. In my properties, this net operating income would be increasing.
on year 5, the number is so large because what that calculates now is it takes in your mortgage pay down of $161,000. It takes in your total appreciation that you've accumulated and your cash flow. So then we have a number of $838,393.26, which brings my internal rate of return to 22.9%, almost 23. So when I look at this number, this is my actual return over the 5 years, but yearly, 22.9%, because it calculates all my profit centers. And that's why real estate is so powerful. Because it's leverage, you have to be able to calculate appreciation, mortgage pay down, as well as cash flow. So my return on equity, 7.8%, my cap rate, 6.4%, but my internal rate of return, 22.9%. So, and this is very conservative numbers, 3.5% per year appreciation. It could be 4 or 5. Last few years, it would have been 10 or 20. The mortgage pay down is fixed, and your cash flow is also fixed. But in this example of cash flow, I did not increase. So I didn't do any rent increases, no turnover of tenants, where I've increased that net operating income and increased my cash flow. So these numbers are extremely conservative. So this is how I suggest you calculate your profitability. Make sure it's something that you would want to get involved in before you move forward. Do these calculations, and it would let you know if this project's worth it or not. And the other thing, if you want to, Google internal rate of return calculators. They'll help you with this. Or if anyone would like this example here, I can send you this spreadsheet that has been built, and it does the calculations for you. And it's just a great way to evaluate property. So if you have any questions, so feel free to reach out to me. This is pretty detailed spreadsheet, and I've gone over it really quickly. I just wanted to show you the power of real estate in visual numbers. So if you have questions, hit me up.